Even though people say Vince McMahon hates tag teams, there are some pretty good ones doing the rounds right now. And yeah, that scene is nowhere near as solid as it once was. We probably do need some more groups down the line. But let's not be negative Nancy's. Let's be positive Pauls and try and see the best in all our wrestling related content. Besides, there's more to the sport of kings than just WWE, meaning if you want a good tag team, they're out there. Just have to know where to look. I'm Simon from WhatCulture.com, and this is the 10 best tag teams in wrestling right now. Number 10, Sheamus and Cesaro. You've got to give credit where credit is due, and WWE has done a damn good job with Sheamus and Cesaro. An absolute farce at the start, or at least a story that seemed to make no sense. The company stayed the course, let the two gel, and now they almost seem like the perfect match. Hard to imagine a time they weren't together. They also did start to get better as a team as the weeks and months went on, having great contests with the New Day and the Hardys. Better still, it doesn't seem like they're going to run out of momentum anytime soon. I still enjoy seeing them, and given that as single stars they'd probably be lost in the shuffle, this has been one of the best decisions by WWE for some time. Number 9, the Briscoe Brothers. The great thing about the Briscoe Brothers is that they've been one of the best teams in wrestling for ages now. They're just very good at what they do, and seemingly no one can put a stop to that. On top of this, they do not give a crap who they may offend. Some of their promos are out there to say the least, and they often seem designed to act unlike anybody else in wrestling. That's good though, as it allows them to stand out. The Briscoes genuinely feel like outlaws too, a couple of guys that are going to run roughshod over people whether anyone else likes that or not. This is bolstered by the fact that their in-ring game improves year in, year out, and by this point, they're basically the quintessential tag team. They feel as if they're one unit and act that way all the time. It's brilliant. Given they've been at the top of their game for a while now, I doubt this will stop anytime soon, but this is why you should always keep an eye on what they're doing. Otherwise, you're missing out. Number 8, British Strong Style. Also known as Moustache Mountain, the greatest tag team name in history, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven are great together, especially when you learn that the former was trained by the latter. Their chemistry was destined from the start. It's how they operate in the ring where the real money is though, a combination of strength and technical ability. The two are also incredibly inventive and often come up with moves and spots that no one else has even begun to think about. Plus as characters, they're naturally lovable, which helps them no end. Must be that facial hair. They're so good it wouldn't be too out of the realms of possibility that WWE teams them up one day on NXT TV, and if they did, I'd imagine it would be an out-and-out success. Can't not be. They're too good. Number 7, the Hardy Boys. Despite some serious ups and downs, the Hardy Boys remain as popular and talented as ever in 2017, and that, frankly, is just awesome. Proving to be a success wherever they go, the Hardys' real power is that they're always over with whatever crowd they're in front of. WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA. People just love these guys, and it's not hard to see why. Aside from the awesome matches they've had over the years, both have been very upfront about their own personal struggles. That just makes them even more relatable. By this point, that added injection of nostalgia is just the icing on the cake, and while they're not as sprightly as they used to be, Matt and Jeff remain an absolute treat to watch. I still look forward to seeing them every week on TV, and there's a reason for that. They're just really good. If we get the Broken Universe in the WWE soon too, then this is just gonna be perfect. So fingers crossed for that. Number 6, the Usos. Right, real talk. I've been going on about how good the Usos are for years. Ever since I saw them on Total Divas, it was instantly obvious they just had it. I wanted them to be used much better by WWE than they currently were. And then finally 2017 rolled around. Turned heel and actually allowed to show some personality, Jimmy and Jay proved they had the chops to be ultra entertaining and have spent the last few months being awesome on SmackDown Live. Just go and watch that rap battle again. Can't fluke that. Given they've always been great in-ring workers too, means that now they're just the complete package. A team that feels like a team, looks like a team, and performs like a team. You could keep the Usos together forever, and I don't think they'd ever get dull if they're always allowed to shine. They just work. Number 5, War Machine. War Machine, that's made up of Hanson and Rowe, are an awesome throwback to the monster teams of yesteryear. Just two big dudes who are going to kick people's asses. This is clear when you watch them work too, because the beauty of War Machine is in how nuts they both are. Hanson is an impossible agile behemoth, and his area skills are so good you sometimes wonder how any of that is possible. Doesn't make sense. On top of that, he's got a brutal power game. Basically has it all down and ready to go. Rome, meanwhile, is the fuel to Hanson's chassis, the man who throws men into his path for their most memorable and destructive spots, but also who provides much of the connective narrative tissue between them. How War Machine ever managed to get this balance so perfect is anybody's guess, but they have. The result was gold. They only get better with each passing day, it seems, too. Number 4, Guerrillas of Destiny. New Japan Pro Wrestling shows are so loaded with quality that it's almost natural to forget the quiet contributions made by Tangaroa and Tama Tonga, but that's why we're here. to remind you. Aside from a lot of success and titles in a very short space of time, they also like to speak out, which makes them fun, and were even critical of Jim Ross's Long Beach commentary. And wasn't that a fun situation all around? Their real strength is they get how to maximize their minutes whenever they're on camera, especially as they run their mouths throughout their matches, so you can't possibly forget them when they're off screen. As their language is, let's say, not PG, that just adds all the fuel to the flames. Throw in that they can go in the squared circle as well, and the Guerrillas of Destiny have a lot of upsides and are just a pleasure to watch. So, go and watch them. Number 3, The New Day. The rise of The New Day has been nothing short of amazing. A rubbish gimmick to huge merchandise sellers and beloved by everybody, they're now the longest running tag champs in history and are going to be one of those teams that's never forgotten. What a wonderful story. Be it their chemistry together, the dynamic they have in the ring, the fact that each guy is clearly supportive of the other two, meaning no one tries to outshine the other, they feel like the most united unit in years, and I totally believe they have each other's backs come what may. And that is important. You have to buy into the fact the team is a team, and the New Day are a team. The shift to SmackDown certainly helped as it made them feel fresh again, and their in-ring work has remained top draw for literally years now. How long this can go on is anyone's guess, but it certainly feels like one of those things that should be money for a long time. There's magic here, and magic never dies. Number 2, the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks have got to be one of the best and unique teams in wrestling history, and damn it if I'm not in awe of what they've achieved. Completely understanding that pro wrestling is allowed to be fun, but also being really talented to boot, I could watch them super kick people in the face for days and still be pretty happy when all is said and done. Matt and Nick Jackson are just entertaining so-and-sos, and sometimes that's exactly what wrestling is meant to be. It's not like they can't be serious either, because they've proved time and time again they can. The Bucks survey a situation and they make it work, and that's why they're wanted all over the world and sell a crap load of merchandise. They get it, people get them, and the relationship is just wonderful. Arguably the pioneers of what a wrestler should be outside of the WWE in the modern day, I doubt there will ever be anyone else like them for some time. Number 1, The Revival. While their main roster momentum so far has not been the best due to injuries, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson were made to be a duo. A throwback to the Southern pairs of the past, The Revival are so good they've restored tag team wrestling to the art it once was, and their in-ring psychology is second to none. To say they understand how team wrestling should work or be executed is an understatement. It all works so well because it's almost what was old is now new again. If you remember all this from the past, you just appreciate that The Revival has brought it back, and if you don't, you're just seeing two dudes kick the crap out of people in the most systematic fashion ever. It's glorious. Let's hope they can get these health issues out the way and start to show the Raw audience what they can do, because believe you me, when they get going, there could be something very special waiting here indeed. Forever, The Revival.